Welcome to Season 2 of the Baylor Dynasty, and I hope to this point you've enjoyed the adjustment in format for these episodes, and we have the first 4 games of the season for you today, and on top of that, we got a little bit of the recruiting. I said I'd save the preseason and Week 0 recruiting for this episode to start the season fresh, and we have a couple of really nice players on our board. Now, our team prestige in the last season did go down by a whole star, not just half a star, a full star, so the high-end prospects that are interested in us are not as vast, but we do have a couple of 4 stars on our board, and the ones that we do have are players that we really like and that are at positions of need. Guys like Augustine at running back, we really could use a new running back for the future of this team, as we are pretty much filled with upperclassmen at the position. Enrique President looks like a special player, but we have to replace a guy like Cooper Lands, and what a duo that would be with him and the freshman Alexander Durant, who's going to be debuting today. And if you weren't here for the previous episode, I highly recommend you at least take a look at the offseason from the last episode, where there was a lot of roster turnover, a lot of new things happening. We have over a dozen new players on this team. We lost a whole bunch of starters, and in this season you'll be getting a new starting quarterback in the freshman Josh Beckett, 4-star mega athletic raw monster of a player. We have new starting running backs. We have new starting receivers all across the board. We lost 6 wide receivers in the offseason. We have some new starting offensive linemen, an entirely new linebacking core and edge rush duo, and an entire new D-line almost, aside from the returning Cooper Lands. On our defensive line, I mean, we have 2 transfer players coming in, a true freshman. On the edges, we have another transfer player, another player who was a backup last year, 2 new linebackers. Our secondary, we lost Caden Jenkins. He was our best player last season. He's going to our rival Texas. Our second best player arguably was Tevin Williams, our nickel corner. He went to Texas A&M in the transfer portal. We had to replace those guys. So on the back end, you're going to be seeing some freshmen as well, but there's a whole lot of change for this team. And after a couple of losing seasons in a row, and including our first season last year where we only won 4 games, we're gonna hope that we can win more, but we have a lot of new faces to try to break in. And let's get into some game time action, where we have a home opener against Jacksonville State, a team that was spectacular last season. Jacksonville State won 11 games last season, and then not only that, they went into the transfer portal and brought in one of the biggest and best players in Alec Io Manor. I thought this would be a really nice test because the rosters are pretty comparable. One team is on the upward trajectory in Jacksonville State, and the other one in Baylor is bent on the downward trajectory, so we'll see if we can break things in style. Josh Beckett is the starting quarterback and kicking off a new era of Baylor football as he drops to throw for his first pass of the game. Beckett over the middle, that's going to be caught, and there's going to be the reliable Michael Trigg, who is going to be a massive player for us this season. All-American tight end for the Big 12 last year. Now we have Beckett on the run, and this is what he does. Just about as good as any quarterback as we are going to find in the Big 12 this year. He can run it, and run it well, but on third down, he is hit while he is throwing. The defense will come onto the field, and it is going to be a big-time adjustment. Only 2 returning starters here. We have 4 transfer portal players, 3 true freshmen starting, and we start off with a sack. That's going to be Caden Curry, 1 transfer portal player from Ohio State, and Samuel Pemba, the transfer from Georgia. Both of them coming in on a sack, and there's going to be on offense now. That's going to be wide receiver Trey Bender, the slot receiver true freshman, getting in on the action now. Beckett dropping to throw. He is going to run around and throw it, and there is Trey Bender again. He is the slot receiver for us this season. We have had a lot of receiver turnover, so we are relying on a couple of true freshmen, Bender and 4-star player Tyree Dobbins on the outside. Beckett runs for 10 yards, and now second down throwing, and it's going to be a little check down to the running back. That's Richard Reese, who was a big part of our end of season game last year against Utah State. He is going to be splitting the carries here as there's Beckett on the run, and Beckett, he's going to run it in for the touchdown, and his first of his career. Josh Beckett. It is the first of what we hope to be many touchdowns, not just on the ground, but through the air for this guy, as he is going to be special for us. Handoff to Andrew Paul, the running back. This team is a predominantly passing offense, and we wanted to really test ourselves. We thought this was the right matchup against quarterback Zion Turner, who is going to be throwing north of 40 times a game, usually as they drop back to throw once more. And over the middle, that's going to be caught, and that's going to be a big-time first down. And now moving down the field is Zion Turner in the Jacksonville State offense, and that's going to be broken up on third down, though, and it's going to be a field goal try. The kick is no good. It hit the post, and Baylor takes over up 7-0. Beckett to throw it, and it's going to be outside. That's going to be for Tyree Dobbins, but it's intercepted, and with Beckett, that's going to be his first pick of his career. And now starting the next possession is going to be Andrew Paul cutting back. He finds a lane, and he's got the touchdown. Great job cutting back, finding the open hole, and scoring with Josh Beckett. There's going to be a lot of learning curves, a lot of adjustments, and what we have decided to do with Beckett is just let him go, let him turn him loose, and let him make his mistakes, let him learn. He is a true freshman. He's going to have a lot of time here. If he's going to come out here, throw a bunch of interceptions, then so be it. We are going to let him make his mistakes and learn. He is not the type of guy who is going to completely lose his confidence, as that's going to be Io Manor with the big-time catch, and now jumping ahead to third down, throwing outside. That's going to be caught, and a diving grab here, and now in the red zone, throwing outside. That's going to be caught. Io Manor has it again. Third down and inches now, trying to get to goal to go. Turner throws it, and that's going to be a touchdown. The tight end Everett Polk has it, and Jacksonville State already on the board twice in a row. In the backfield is our other running back, transfer portal acquisition from Missouri, Tavoris Jones. He really wanted to come here. He wasn't really someone on our radar, but he was super interested in being a part of this team, and we thought, hey, why not? We're not going to turn a talented player away, so he is going to be splitting carries for the most part with Richard Reese. As now we go play action to Jones, and he's going to fumble a football. Free rusher got in, sack, fumble, and that's not even on Beckett. The offensive line's got to do a better job. Someone's got to pick him up, and that's going to be a throw on the outside, caught for the first down, and Zion Turner's got his team in great position again to potentially score, but that's going to be intercepted, jumping in, and that's going to be Devin Bobby on the run, and Devin Bobby, can he be caught? He's got one man to beat, but he gets tracked out of bounds, and that's going to be a massive turnover for the Baylor defense, and then handing it off to Richard Reese. He gets 10. It's going to be first down and goal at the 1. The heavy formation is in, and the direct snap goes to Josh Beckett, who runs it in for a second touchdown, and this is going to be what we do with him. Close to the end zone. He is going to be such a numbers advantage for this team in the run game. I mean, he could basically be a starting running back if he wanted to, and Jacksonville State is going to get a field goal try to end the half. So unfortunate there from the defense to allow a big play, but 17-14 at half. That's going to be caught. That's the other wide receiver, Michael Petway, who is going to be a dynamic duo with Io Manor. And speaking of Io Manor, he's got the screen here, breaking a tackle, and one of the most dynamic receivers in the nation. What a get for this Jacksonville State offense. He's already over 100 yards. Screen for Paul, who has a broken tackle. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, and he is going to have them set up. Third down and 5. Turner is going to tuck and run it. Can he get to the marker? Not quite. It's 4th and inches, and a conservative call here. Field goal on the way. It is good. I definitely would be going for it there, but they want to take the 6-point lead, full touchdown lead, and put the pressure on Beckett and this offense, as Beckett will throw on the outside on third down, and a quick 3-and-out incomplete. Tried to give Tyree Dobbins an opportunity to make a play, and making a play is what Io Manor is going to do, and the cornerback over there is having a rough time, but the blitz is set in, and that's going to be a sack, and the defense gets a stop here. Baylor takes over, and now second down and 5. Beckett throwing one down the field. He's got separation, and that's going to be a catch. It's Michael Trigg on the run, and he gets knocked out of bounds in the red zone. Now jumping ahead, third down and 4. It's going to be a sweep, handing it off. There's Tavoris Jones, and the open lane for Jones, and he has the end zone. touchdown Baylor in the first of his career for Baylor. You can already see the offense is looking a lot more explosive here than they were last season. Jacksonville State going to throw on the first play of the drive, and there's Petway. He beats him on the outside, and he's gonna go all the way. And Jacksonville State immediately takes their lead right back, and that left side has been getting torched all day, no matter who they line up. 2-point conversion over the receiver's head, so it's going to be a 5-point game here in the fourth quarter. Now Beckett, QB draw, he's going to go get tackled short of the marker. Punt situation. If we got a couple more yards, we might have considered going for it. And now the direct snap is going to be to Paul for a big gain. They don't run it much, but when they do, it's been really effective. Clock at 7 minutes to play. Here is Paul once again, breaking tackles and fighting ahead. He's over 100 yards on the game. Now they set a screen up for him, and it's going to be Paul. He's got the marker, first down, and he just barely got it inside the 10-yard line. Now 3rd down and 5. Turner has a very clean pocket, but eventually pressure's going to get in. Coverage held up very nicely there, and the field goal tried to make it an 8-point game is going to be no good. And that's going to be the second missed field goal of the game for Jacksonville State, and it leaves the door open for Baylor. But Beckett, he has nowhere to go with the football, and he's running around. He's trying to make something happen, and he can, and the receivers just didn't get the separation they needed. Now jumping ahead, 3rd down, chance for a 3-and-out here for Baylor's defense. They had good coverage, but no pass rush, and eventually someone was going to get some freedom, as the pass rush has got to do a better job there. 1st down and 10, outside, that's going to be caught. Io Manor out of bounds, and now inside the 10-yard line, 3rd down and goal. That's going to be caught for a touchdown, and Baylor cannot do what they need to do to get off the field. That's Dallin Wright with the touchdown, and now it is 33-21, under 2 minutes to play, and that's going to be a big-time catch there for a 1st down. It's not looking likely, but a touchdown and an onside kick will give you an opportunity here, and now throwing deep, speaking of giving opportunities, and that's going to be broken up. Tyree Dobbins has been pretty quiet today, and we have not seen much of him, even though we've given him opportunities. 3rd down, that's going to be converted, and hurrying back to the line here, just trying to do something, maybe give us some positivity going into next week. But when you're getting sacked like that, you're not getting anything to be excited about. 3rd down and very long outside, that's going to be broken up, incomplete. And now 4th down, last opportunity to try to do something here, and it's going to be throwing on the run, and that's just a bad ball, and it slipped out of his hands in the rain, it looked like, and it's going to be a unfortunate interception, not really one that matters all that much. And we already said that we are fine. He can throw 30 interceptions. We do not care. We are trying to make him comfortable, make him make his mistakes so he can learn, because we know one day that if he is able to put it all together, we have something really special on our hands. But it is an unfortunate loss to start this season. 0-1. Zion Turner threw that ball 50 times. I said expect 40 plus passes. Well, he certainly did that. The run game was a little spotty at times, but Beckett was able to get into the end zone twice. He threw, I really only credit him with 1 interception. I'm not going to count basically a garbage time pick where the ball slipped out of his hands in the rain. But the receivers, that left side of the field was absolutely brutal. It seemed like anytime there was someone lining up on the left, it was Io Manor, Petway, anybody. They were just dicing up our cornerbacks. We at least had a nice game from Caden Curry. He won Defensive Player of the Week in the Big 12, so a nice debut for him. And there was some good, some bad. When it came to Josh Beckett, I thought he played a very solid game. He had his ups, he had his downs. And when it came to the play calling and the coaching, I did have the offensive coordinator fired. We're keeping the same playbook, but it was more just the play calling that was an issue. It felt like when it came to Daquan Finn, there was a severe lack of trust and confidence when it came to him, and it seemed like we really kind of broke him as the season went on. We don't want to make that same mistake when it comes to Josh Beckett. We want to just let him go out there and do what he needs to do. We want to go out there, put these receivers in opportunities to succeed, even in a situation where Tyree Dobbins had a number of targets. We even got him involved down the field, and we tried to put up a couple of balls for him to go win. He didn't win them today, but maybe there will be another week where he does win them. This is a very young team that has to go out there and learn to adjust, and there's going to be these mistakes. We're probably going to have a lot of turnovers, busted coverages. There's going to be a lot of headaches for this team, but this team does have the talent to where there's going to be a game or two where we put it all together, and there's going to be a game where it's like, man, we could come out here and compete with a lot of quality teams. We're obviously aiming for later in the season when we eventually play teams like Texas and teams like TCU and West Virginia, who we got destroyed by last season. We want to do better in those matchups. You can see, we're still going after another quarterback in James Milley, who we want to at least have some insurance. Josh Beckett is not your prototypical quarterback, and he's not a guarantee to be a success. So just in case, we want to have another talented quarterback on the board, and if for no other reason but to steal him from Texas, so they have one less option at the quarterback position. But a couple of really nice players that we have on our board. A guy like JD Gibbs looks spectacular. We are going all in to try to get him. Augustine at running back. I think we really could use a running back for next season. Richard Reese is graduating. Tavoris Jones, I believe, is a junior. So we do have, a lot of stuff to figure out at running back. We also have Ciante Schumacher, who is a really nice linebacker who we are targeting. Our linebacking core is very weak when it comes to the off-ball backers and the middle linebackers and everything. So we are going to be targeting those players very heavily. Let's see if week 2 can treat us a little bit better. We are here at home once again, taking on BYU. 2 straight games to open at home, and then we hit our last 2 non-conference games on the road. And this is a really big game for us because next week we're taking on Tennessee on the road, and we really were hoping we could come out here and go 1-1 at least in these first 2 games. And we don't want to have a situation where we're starting like we were last season. We started last season 0-5, and now we have Beckett on the move here on the first drive of the game, throwing one up, and that's going to be caught. And there's Tyree Dobbins with his first big play of his career. We wanted to get Tyree Dobbins more involved, and now the handoff to Tavoris Jones. He gets to the 1-yard line, 2nd down and goal, and it's going to be Beckett to throw. And Beckett, is he going to run it in? No, he's going to throw it, and that's going to be a touchdown, Baylor. And that's going to be Michael Trigg for the score. And Chase Roberts is now coming onto the field for BYU, their biggest difference maker on the offensive side of the football. He's going to be matched up with Avante Dickerson, and we're going to hope that left side holds up. Dickerson is on the right. He was pretty okay last game in his debut as the #1 corner. It was the left side that really let us down as quarterback Patrick Anderson will drop to throw. He's got the tight end Jackson Bowers for the first down, and a catch and run opportunity for him. 2nd down and 10, handoff draw. That's going to be Alexander Durant, the freshman, blowing up the play. He is going to be what we hope to be a massive difference maker in the interior of this defensive line. Back-to-back draw plays is a very bold play call, to say the least, but the field goal try is going to be up and good. Baylor takes over up by 4. Defense did good enough to not allow a touchdown. Beckett's going to throw on 3rd down, but he's going to instead tuck and run it, and he's got the marker. 1st down, sliding down, now jumping ahead, 3rd down and 12. Does he have another big run in us? No, he's going to throw it on the outside, and that's going to be caught. It's Tyree Dobbins. That's his 2nd big grab of the game. Now a little toss out to Boris Jones, cuts it inside. He's got the 1st down, and Baylor moving the ball very nicely so far in this first quarter. Now 2nd quarter is underway as it's going to be thrown on the outside and a big time catch now in the red zone. 3rd down and 11. Beckett to throw. Clean pocket. He's going to roll right, and he is going to run it. Can he get to the 1st down? Yes, he can, and he's got it down to the 1-yard line. Now jumping ahead to 2nd down and goal. Handoff. It's going to be Tavoris Jones. Touchdown, Baylor. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and a great job for this offense so far, as now it's going to be dropping to throw. That's going to be picked off, and it's Avante Dickerson, and Dickerson, he's going to go all the way for a pick 6, and there's a flag on the play, and this one, will it hold up? It's going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer, and this one's going to be a massive penalty. It's coming back, and BYU gets bailed out here, and they were going to be down 21-3. Instead, they're going to have the ball back, and they are moving it down the field. Handoff, open lane, opened up, and the tackle just bulldozing people in the open field. 1st down and 10. Anderson going to throw. He's rolling right, and is he going to take off and run? Yes, he will. Can he get to the marker? He slides down. Now we got 3rd down and 1. And dropping to throw Anderson. Quick out. That's going to be caught and untouched. That's going to be in the end zone. Baylor allowing a score, and it is going to be 10-14. And that is a really big momentum shift as that pick 6 really wiped out a big-time opportunity to go up 3 scores. Now it's a 4-point game. 3rd down and long, trying not to go 3 and out, throwing on the outside, and that's going to be incomplete, and it just went through the hands of Michael Trigg, and a rare mistake. He is not the one you expect to make a mistake. BYU, though, was very conservative. They ran the clock out. We're content going to half. A game that should probably be Baylor in a lot more control than what they are. It's a 4-point game. Second play of the half, dropping back. Anderson will throw, and that's going to be Chase Roberts, and he's on the run, and there goes Roberts before finally getting brought down, and that's a big play to start the second half. Now we jump ahead, 3rd down and 2, handing it off, and that's going to be the running back Miles Davis, who's got a lane, and can he get to the end zone? Not quite. It's going to be 1st down and goal at the 2-yard line, though, and Anderson will hand it off, letting Davis finish it in, and BYU has the lead now, and Baylor's offense takes over, needing to do something here. They haven't scored since those first 2 possessions, and now a run here, and that's going to be Richard Reese, who's got such explosive speed. Big time run for him. Jump it ahead, 3rd down and 3. It's going to be play action, and it's going to be a sack. He just stepped up a little too soon. 4th down and 3. Baylor's going to go for it, and Beckett, and he throws that one a little late. If he threw that one immediately, there would have been a lot of space to run, and that's the type of stuff that a young quarterback's got to clean up. He's got to get that read out quicker. That's got to be his first look. If he goes out there and has that much room, you got to get it to him with an opportunity to at least turn and make a guy miss. And speaking of making guys miss, and this is Chase Roberts just making everybody miss on the line of scrimmage, as this left side on the cornerbacking unit has been atrocious, and that is a big-time problem for Baylor. Now down by 10, Beckett taking off. He's got a 1st down carry, and it's going to be 1st down and 10. Baylor trying to implement a little bit more hurry up here, as it's going to be throwing deep right side. That's going to be a flag on the play. Incomplete pass. And is this one going to be a hold on the offense? Yes, it will be. So Baylor now backed up. It's going to be 2nd down and 22 now. Throwing, as it's going to be Beckett. Deep middle, and that's just a awful read, and that's going to be intercepted by BYU. That's 2 really bad plays for Beckett so far. That 4th down where you just got to throw it quicker, and now that interception, that one's just a lot more inexcusable. At least the 4th down play, you could say, just chalk that up to processing and needing to be a little bit quicker. That one, there was just nothing there. 3rd down and goal, though. Baylor having an opportunity to get a goal line stand. Throwing, it's going to be incomplete. But BYU trying to get that 3-score lead, and a big play for the defense, and they can't get any sort of push on the D-line. Touchdown BYU, and it is a 3-score game. Baylor has been shut out since those first 2 drives, and now the offense needing to do something here. Throwing, get it to the old reliable Michael Trigg. 3rd down and 2, man in motion. It's going to be a power for Beckett. He's got the 1st down, and using Beckett's legs, hurrying back to the line. The 4th quarter is upon us, and we're trying to just hurry it up and utilize some pace here on this offense, and pace is what Beckett has better than anybody on this field, it seems like. He is going to throw it here, 1st down and outside. That's going to be caught. Nice play, nice throw, nice catch. 1st down and 10 once again. Beckett over the middle. That's going to be caught, and there is Trey Bender for a big play. And Trey Bender, who was pretty involved early on in the first half of last game, has been pretty quiet today. It's been more Tyree Dobbins as 1st down and 10. Beckett rolling out. He is going to run it, and he's got an opening. Not quite at the 1st down marker, but it's 2nd down and 2. And the hurry-up offense has really been helping us out. And into the end zone, that's going to be Richard Reese. And Baylor might have found something here, as it's going to be a 10-point game now with the opportunity to get a stop on defense. 3rd down and 3. BYU throwing, and that's going to be caught over the middle, and that's going to be the running back Miles Davis for a 1st down. 2nd down and 1, though. It's going to be dropping the throw. That's going to be caught, and that's Chase Roberts now, and they are just lining Chase Roberts up on our weakest link and going to work on him. Now Roberts on the right side. He's got a lane for the touchdown, and no one even got hands on him. Back to the hurry up Baylor's offense goes. It's going to be 4.5 minutes to play. Just about. Michael Trigg has the play, and Michael Trigg on the run. He is so reliable. Aside from that one little miscue that he had earlier, he's been the go-to guy for Beckett, and rightfully so. That's going to be a nice play right there, boxing out the defender and getting it to goal to go. 2nd down and goal now. Beckett, is he going to run for it? He will try. He gets close. It's going to be 3rd down and goal at the 2. Beckett, it's going to have a QB draw, and untouched. Beckett, touchdown. And Baylor not trying to go out quietly here. They're going to go for 2. A really interesting call here. They're going to throw it on the outside. It's going to be caught. It's a 9-point game, and maybe this team doesn't trust their defense to get a stop here, and they want to just get ahead of it, get as many points on the board. Onside kick is recovered by BYU. So in a 9-point game with 4 minutes to play, what has the defense got for us? Well, it's definitely not covering Chase Roberts. Both #1 receivers that we have faced, Io Manor last week and Roberts this week, have gone for massive games. Baylor does get off the field, though, and force a field goal try. The kick is good. It is a 12-point game now. Baylor having to do something here with few minutes to play. Throwing, that's going to be caught. And there goes Michael Trigg again. He's having one of his biggest games of his Baylor career. Throwing on the outside, that's going to be an open man. That's caught. And hurrying back to the line, this Baylor offense has been great in this fourth quarter. Can they keep it up, though? Throwing underneath, that's going to be caught. Trey Bender on the run, and he got a block, and Bender all the way. Touchdown, Baylor. And Bender in the end zone. Baylor kicks the extra point. It is a 5-point game. Throwing, that's going to be caught for another big play. And in a 5-point game, under 2 minutes to go, Baylor's defense, are they even going to get a stop to give them an opportunity? And that's going to be Miles Davis with a big-time carry. And he's on the run, and he gets brought down inside the red zone. Baylor gets a couple of stops, burns their timeouts, and they have little time to go. Davis gets brought down. 4th down is here, and with 20 seconds to go, it will be a field goal up and good. That 2-point conversion did help out, though, as it's going to be a 1-score game. It is an 8-point game, as it's going to be a kick deep. It's going to be returned by Richard Reese. He had a kick return touchdown last season, and he gets a lane here and gets a nice return. What has Beckett got with 11 seconds to play? He's going to throw it, and it's going to be deep, trying to get it down the field, and it's incomplete. We're down to 1 play, 4 seconds to go. Beckett, and he's going to just try to load up and try to do something here. They're trying to extend the play, throwing it deep, incomplete, and it's going to be BYU getting the victory. And the defense has just been unbearably bad in the secondary, and it is going to result in another massive outing. 44 points allowed this week, 33 last week, and that does not bode well for this team, even though the offense, I really felt like they started to figure things out in the second half, mainly the fourth quarter. They picked up the tempo, they picked up the pace, and Josh Beckett was just out there playing some backyard football, and he was out there extending plays and doing a whole bunch of incredible things here. All 3 of our runners got touchdowns on the ground, and we had Michael Trigg have his first really big game of the season. We got to see Tyree Dobbins get involved, but as you can see, Chase Roberts goes for 170 plus, and it's just unbearable to see what this team has been doing in coverage. We really need to clean that up, and it's not going to be any better for us, as our next game is our hardest game of the season, arguably, and we wanted to schedule a big-time non-conference opponent, and Tennessee came knocking, and we were obviously going to go and accept that. We didn't want to just have a cupcake schedule. Baylor has, in the 2010s for the most part, gone out there and played a lot of FCS team, dropped 80-point games on those guys, and really made their guys look good, but you're not going to learn in those games as much as you will in those big-time moments, big-time scenarios. We were hoping we could really get a win in one of those 2 first games. Both of those opponents were pretty similar talent-wise to us. We were hoping we could just split the difference there. We're not expecting to go out and beat Tennessee. We have Colorado State in our final game of this episode. We were hoping maybe we can come out of the non-conference schedule with 2 wins, a 2-2 record, and maybe now it's looking more like we're shooting for 1-3. I do think we are going to be out here making one change at least before this next game, because we're not going to just go to Tennessee, roll over, and take our beating. We're going to go out there and coach and try to play to win this game, and I think there has been one glaring issue on this team, and that is the cornerback position. Jamichael Oakley has been just a burnt piece of toast so far this season, and we wanted to start him 6'2", man-to-man corner. We thought he developed pretty nicely. We're going to give the job to Carl Williams for this game, and we're going to see how he holds up in this game against Tennessee. This is about as difficult as it gets. On the road, top 10 team in the SEC in Tennessee, and we get to face one of the best quarterbacks, arguably right now the best quarterback in the nation at this point, in Nico Iamaleava. This team has shown some flashes already, but they are 0-2, and they are severely outmatched today, and they need to do a lot to try to prove that they can hang with this Tennessee team, but if they can prove that they can hang with this team, then maybe they can hang with any team in the nation. Baylor will have the football first on an early third down situation. Beckett to throw. It's going to be underneath and caught by Michael Trigg, and he's going to power ahead for a first down, but already back in another third down situation. This time it is 3rd and 10. Beckett will throw, and he's hit as he's thrown, and that's going to be caught. What a grab. Trey Bender has it. Now we're already back in another third down situation. It's going to be a handoff to Voris Jones. That's a first down, so 3 straight third down conversions for this offense. Sweeping it, it's going to be Voris Jones cutting it upfield. That's going to be a 10-yard run, 2nd down and inches, gets converted. 1st down and 10. Beckett to throw. He's going to tuck and run it. And Beckett, he's got a double-digit yard run, and this team is moving it well. Trying to fight off the early jitters of this game. 1st down, Beckett to throw. Outside for Trigg. He's caught it, and they're going to rule in a touchdown. Michael Trigg, are you kidding me? What a grab. We get a replay of this. Trigg, he drags the feet in, and you can see feet are down, ball in one hand, and one of the most spectacular plays you're going to see all season for Baylor. Gives them a 7-0 lead, and it's time for Nico to take the field. He will keep it read option, and he's going to go up ahead for a first down. He can run it very well, and he is one of the most pinpoint accurate throwers in the nation. And now on first down, he's going to throw it over the middle. That's going to be caught, breaking a tackle, and first down yardage already past the 40-yard line. 2nd down and inches. It's going to be a handoff. The top back on the team is Dylan Sampson. You're going to see a lot of him this game, as he is a very dynamic workhorse back for this team. Play action. It's going to be Ayamaliava throwing over the middle. That's going to be caught, and goal to go. Now 2nd down and goal at the 1-yard line, tossing it out and cutting it up inside, and he stumbles his way in for the touchdown. It is Dylan Sampson with it, and it's going to be 7-7 early on. This offense moved down the field with ease, but Baylor did a phenomenal job in their first drive. Let's see if they can continue on with some success. Read option. Both teams starting off their drives with a read option. Man in motion here on 3rd down, as it will be a snap, dropping back, throwing, and Beckett is going to roll. He's going to run. He gets a block, and he gets the first down before being shoved out of bounds. 1st down and 10, and they're going to sweep it. It's going to be Voris Jones, and that looks very familiar. Another run where he just cuts it upfield, gets 10 yards, gets to the marker. 1st down, 2nd down and 7 now. Beckett will throw underneath. That's going to be caught, and there's Michael Trigg. Had a spectacular touchdown catch, and we're getting him involved quite a bit. Beckett to throw once more on 1st down. He has nowhere to go with the football. Checks it down to Voris Jones. That's a nice play there, just being safe, being conservative, and Voris Jones gets it to 1st down and goal. Beckett to throw, and he makes the rogue read there, and it's going to be intercepted by Tennessee in the end zone. And there it is, the first mistake. You weren't expecting this team to go out there and play perfect football, and it's going to be Nico to throw outside on 3rd down, but this defense gets a 3 and out, so that's big for them. Tennessee punts the football. Baylor has it back, rolling out. Beckett using his legs on the move. That's going to be caught by Tyree Dobbins, and we're going to need to see a big game from these receivers if they're going to have a chance to move the football down the field. We can't just dink and dunk our way down the field, but you get a play like that to Trey Bender, and you're very happy with the catch and run that he's been able to provide so far in these first few games. Voris Jones with the carry, and this team very much rides the hot hand. It looks like Jones is getting the majority of the carries. Reese on the field to get a play action there, and Beckett rolling, running, and heading for the end zone. He's got it to go inside the 5. Now get it to 2nd down and goal. Heavy formation, and we've seen this a couple of times already this season. Beckett is in, rushing touchdown, and he has been piling them up this season, striking a pose, and he is sending a message right to Ayamaliava that he is here to play and here to go strike for strike with them. But there goes Sampson with a big carry, and Sampson breaking a tackle, breaking another, and he has a huge run inside the 40-yard line. Now 2nd down and 10. Ayamaliava to throw, misses it. We've seen a couple of games already here in the rain, as it's going to be Tennessee with a clean pocket, but nowhere to go with the football. The coverage held up very nicely, and it's going to be a field goal try kick, long kick on the way, and it is no good, and Baylor takes over in great field position. Now Beckett to throw, and he's going to go outside. There's Dobbins, and they got the hook up for a big gain. Man in motion, emptying out the backfield here as Beckett will throw. There's a little time to go, but he's going to run it. There's going to be a couple of plays like that where you see first read and run, still trying to learn to get through his progressions now. 42nd seconds to play. Beckett is going to get through to the check down and get it close to the end zone here. 20 seconds to play. It's going to be a power run, and Beckett can't get in. It's 4th down and goal from the 1, basically. They're going to try it again, and Beckett powers his way in, and Baylor is up 21-7 here. Josh Beckett, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air, and right now, the running attack of Baylor, both teams really succeeding, but Tennessee does not know what hit them here. They are losing by 2 scores at halftime, and Baylor has dominated the possession of the football here as Yamaliava play action. He sacks Samuel Pemba, the former Georgia edge rusher, forcing the fumble. They pick it up. It's 3rd down and long, and they're going to throw it. That's going to be caught, and they need to get some momentum here. Tennessee is firmly on upset alert. 3rd down, and Yamaliava will throw it. Clean pocket, deep ball, going for it all, and he's got it. Big time grab. Now goal to go. 2nd down, tossing it out. There goes Sampson, and he's got the lane. Touchdown, Tennessee, and they make it a 1-score game now, and the offense takes over. And now threatening to go 3 and out, throwing one, and that's going to be caught for the 1st down. And Baylor moving it well. They are not turning it over, not getting these 3 and out plays. They are doing a great job holding onto the football here, but it's 3rd down and very long now. Do they have a conversion in them? Beckett rolling, trying to find something. He's got nowhere to go, and he should have been a little bit more decisive. He had a man downfield if he wanted to test it. Instead, they're going to punt the football away. Sampson has a 1st down carry. And now hurrying back to the line, it's going to be 3rd down and 3. Nico, play action. He's going to keep it and throw. He's got a lot of protection, a lot of time in the pocket, but the coverage is holding up well, and there's nowhere to go with the football, and he throws it away. And this team has looked night and day in the coverage game from how they were in the first 2 weeks. It seems like that left side situation has been figured out with Williams coming in there and being the number 2 corner as they throw. Now it's going to be Trey Bender, who's been kind of this team's go-to underneath intermediate guy, and he's been a phenomenal player for us so far. We have Tyree Dobbins breaking a tackle, making a man miss, breaking another tackle, and Tyree Dobbins showing what he can do with a little catch and run. He's a do-it-all number 1 receiver, we think. And speaking of doing it all, it's Richard Reese on the run, and he's got the speed, and he's got the touchdown. Untouched Richard Reese, the home run hitter, has us up 2 scores now. It's a 17-28 game, and Nico, going into the 4th quarter, has his Volunteers down by 11, needing something to go their way, and Sampson makes it happen. Big time run, fumbling out of bounds. It doesn't matter. He's over 100 yards on the ground. They're going to stay with them. The run defense is not doing us any favors right now, but at least the pass defense has helped us out quite a bit. Nico now on 3rd down. It's got to get a big play here, and they're going to have a catch. Caught for the 1st down. Goal to go for the Tennessee offense. Now jumping ahead, 3rd down and goal. Screen is set up. Nico checks it down. There goes Sampson heading for the corner. He's got the end zone, and it's a touchdown, 1-score game, but the 2-point conversion to make it a field goal game. Jet sweep, but Baylor wasn't fooled, and they stop them. They hold a 5-point lead with the ball. 7.5 minutes to play, just about, as Beckett running around on 2nd down. He gets sacked. It's 3rd and very long. Do they have something in them here? Beckett to throw deep over the middle, and it's caught for the 1st down. There's Tyree Dobbins with the hookup, and Beckett has another big play in this one. Now time is running down for this Tennessee team. They need a stop here, throwing it deep, and that's going to be Tyree Dobbins again, breaking a tackle and getting himself 5 extra yards. Baylor back in the red zone, and now it's going to be Beckett to throw it, and he's going for Dobbins again, back shoulder, touchdown, and these two are hooking up, looking like it's going to be a special connection. The back shoulder gives Baylor 12-point lead, and now it's going to be up to Nico to get his team down the field. They need a touchdown, and they need one badly, as Iamaliava is going to get sacked, and it's going to be 2nd down and long. Now jump ahead to 3rd down and long. Under 4 minutes to play. Iamaliava throwing outside. Caught. 4th and inches, though, and Baylor trying to come up with the big time stop here could seal the game, and they're going to throw it deep, and that's going to be caught. Broken the tackle, and it's going to be all the way. Touchdown, Tennessee. What a grab. He skied for that football, ball, and it's going to be up to the Baylor offense to try to do something here, and that's going to be a nice start. Tavoris Jones with a 10-yard carry, and it's going to be 2 minutes to play. Beckett to throw outside, and the defense committed, but the throw was a little low. Dobbins has it, but we could have had a lot more on that one. Second down, it's going to be a little draw play, and it's blowing up. First down ends the game, and it's going to be third down and long. Baylor just setting up a screen, and Tennessee jumped the football. They read the screen, and they jumped the football. They're going to go. Pick 6 for Tennessee. Are you kidding me? Tennessee has the lead, and now they're going to go for 2 for the field goal lead, and Sampson runs it in, and that's going to be heartbreak for Baylor. Now Josh Beckett all of a sudden has to lead a 1-minute drive to try to tie this game up. He's going to run it here, and Beckett's going to duck out of bounds at about midfield, but that is just such a disappointing way to potentially go out. 1 minute to play, Baylor throwing underneath, that's going to be caught, and there goes Bender out of bounds. We're just about at field goal range, but in these environments, the rain, the crowd, everything, it's not going to be an easy kick regardless. As he gets brought down, it's third down and 4. We are in field goal range. Beckett throwing outside, miscommunication, and fourth down. Baylor's offense is staying on the field. They're not kicking the field goal. They're playing to win. Beckett hit as he's thrown, and it's going to be caught. First down. 30 seconds to play. Baylor hurrying back to the line, spreading the field. Beckett will roll left. He's got nowhere to go with the football. He's just going to run it and ducking out of bounds after a 10-yard run. We're at the 15-yard line. 27 seconds to play. Beckett will throw underneath. He's got his man and running wide. He's going to get out of bounds and save the clock. 21 seconds to play. Beckett, play action, will roll. He's going to get on the move. Gets a block. And Beckett, he's got a lane. He's going to run it. And Beckett has the touchdown. Baylor's on top with just less than 20 seconds to play. And Tennessee's fans can't believe it. And Nico's going to come onto the field with 11 seconds to play. Does Nico have a miracle for the Volunteers? He has a completed pass. Timeout used. 7 seconds to play. Nico dropping to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. You have 1 play left. Tennessee, can they do something magical here? Dropping back to throw. Nico trying to get time. He's chased. He's sacked by Pemba. Fumble. Pemba picks it up. He's going to run trying to get to the end zone. Just go down. And Baylor has pulled off the upset of the year. And Samuel Pemba punctuates a spectacular game. And Baylor has done it. How have they pulled this one off? Josh Beckett has his statement coming out party performance. 320 yards, 5 touchdowns, and the game winner. I said that there was going to be performances I was expecting later in the season where this team would figure it out, where this team would put it together, and they could look special. I didn't think it happened in week 3. Josh Beckett throws for over 300 yards, runs for 100, 3 touchdowns on the ground, and the whole running game did great. All 3 backs productive. Even though the defense allowed quite a bit in the rushing game, it doesn't matter because I felt like this defense held up phenomenally in the pass game. It looked, like I said, night and day. Tyree Dobbins, 150 yards, incredible plays from him all game long. Samuel Pemba coming over from Georgia had a spectacular game, iced it with the forced fumble, and this is the biggest win this team has had in so many years. Pemba, Big 12 Player of the Week, what a performance. We're going to hope some of the recruits enjoyed that one. Not every battle is going to be one we can win, though, unfortunately, but we are at the point already on in this season where we can schedule some visits for some of our favorite prospects, and we're definitely going to be doing that with guys like Javante Cornelius, who we're super interested in, Enrique President, who would be such an acquisition, getting James Milley, J.D. Gibbs, Ciante Schumacher. These are all players that are very, very good and very interested in, guys who could probably make an impact early on as a freshman even. But we still got 1 game left in this video. We will be taking on Colorado State on the road, and I said before the Tennessee game we were hoping to maybe get to a 2-2 record, and after the first 2 games where we went 0-2, I was like, well, maybe 1-3 is a bit more optimistic. But now 2-2 is very much back in play, and that'd be a very good way to end this video with a 2-game win streak. I don't know if the defense was going to be a bit of an anomaly after last game when it came to the cornerback position. Maybe just moving one guy out and one guy in is going to be that much of a game changer and a life changer for us, or if things will kind of settle back into what they were for the first 2 weeks of the season. Obviously, we hope not. But here's Colorado State coming out onto the field against a Baylor team, despite being 1-2. They are riding high, and it's going to be Braden Fowler Nicolosi, the team's quarterback, who has been loyal to Colorado State. He's going to be sticking around here and is going to be leading this offense out, and it's going to be a handoff on third down and an instant 3-and-out stop for this defense, who is going to be looking to give this offense and its spectacular quarterback potentially, Josh Beckett, an opportunity to make some plays. Beckett on the read option, gets a block, and there goes Josh Beckett. It's the second play of offense, and Josh Beckett is gone. Touchdown, Baylor! And Josh Beckett is picking up right where he left off. What a dynamic rushing threat he is. He has just unguardable speed. No one can catch him, and it's going to be Colorado State handing it off. This is a very run-heavy team this season. Jalen Dupree, he's the starter freshman back. You'll also see a little bit of Damian Henderson, but Dupree has a little swing pass here, and Dupree, back-to-back nice plays for him. One on the ground, one through the air, and Colorado State at about midfield, second down and 7. They will sweep it, and there goes Dupree, leaping over a man, and he's got a 10-yard run, and Dupree starting it off nice, but Fowler Nicolosi got it, spreading the field, and it's going to be caught. Second down turns to first down, and Colorado State moving down the field, dropping to throw. Nicolosi going for the first down marker. It's incomplete. Tight coverage there by the freshman slot corner. It's going to be Ittersagen in the coverage, and he did not allow any separation. Field goal is good. And now let's see what Baylor can do when they're not getting like a 60-plus yard rush. Let's just run some traditional offense here. Swing it out. That's going to be Richard Reese. And Reese has it to the 40-yard line. First down. Now second down and 10. Beckett throwing underneath. That's going to be caught. And there's Bonner. And Bonner turning it upfield. One of the only upperclassmen receivers on this team. And it's going to be a new set of downs, but quickly goes to third down and 10, throwing it underneath. And there's Tavoris Jones lining up out wide. And both these backs have been very evenly used so far this season. It's hard to tell who's been more impressive. I really like what I've seen from Tavoris Jones, though, and as you can see right there, he's just got great speed, great athleticism, has a lot of dynamic ability, and now inside the 10-yard line, Beckett gets sacked. It's going to be third down and goal, third down and very long, and Beckett, will he try to go for the end zone? Yes, he will, and it's going to be incomplete. Tried to throw a jump ball for Tyree Dobbins, and now the field goal try to give us a 7-point lead back is going to be up and good. And Baylor's offense settles in very nicely on that drive as the second quarter is underway. And here's Henderson, the other running back, getting a carry. Henderson, more the home run hitter for this team, as he is going to be the other back getting plenty of carries. Nicolosi throwing underneath. That's going to be Dupree. Both of these backs as well, underclassmen, but it's going to be not enough to get a first down as Beckett and the offense take over. And they're going to throw in. That's going to be a diving grab. And Beckett just put it out there for his receiver. Now catching the high snap on first down. Fumbling here. And that's going to be picked up by Colorado State, and that's going to be unfortunate. The high snap threw off the timing of that play, and it was just not enough to get the football out, not enough time. And Dupree is going to get stopped here, though. Flag is on the play, and this one's going to be a hold, so you get a bad run and a holding call. You're setting them back way behind the sticks. First down and 20. Nicolosi to throw, and he's going to go for the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted, and that's going to be Williams with the pick. He was the guy who we put in and benched Oakley for, and he has been playing very well as the new starting corner, and he gets an interception, well deserved. Second down and 15, and a sack here as the offensive line allows a free rusher to get in. Now third down and long. Beckett, nowhere to go, just gets rid of it this time. At least saves a little bit of field position. Baylor has to punt the football away, and now the handoff. It's going to be Henderson, and there goes Henderson. He's got a big-time carry. He's the home run hitter for a reason, and Henderson is tracked down at the 1-yard line. But it's going to be first down and goal, and the handoff. Dupree vultures the touchdown away, and it's going to be a 10-10 game. Colorado State ties it up. And it's going to be back to the Baylor offense. And how about we highlight another transfer player, Spencer Fano at right tackle. The transfer from Utah. What a block from him. And springs a wide open gap for a 10-yard run. And when you get blocking like that, it's going to be hard to not have good runs. And there's Tavoris Jones running through contact. And this run game has been spectacular this season. We have Tyree Dobbins over the middle on third down, converting. And I really think after that first game where Dobbins was pretty empty in the stat sheet. He's really come in and figured things out. They've given him opportunities, and like I said, I think he has all the tools that you need to be a true #1 wide receiver, and he is showing it today and showing it like he did last week because he was spectacular. And now in the red zone, Beckett throwing underneath. That's going to be caught, and there's Tyree Dobbins. We just brought him up, and he gets it to the 1-yard line. And when we get to the 1-yard line, it's hard to stop our ground game because we have 3 different players you can go to. This time it's Reese. Could have been Jones, could have been Beckett, but either way, it's a touchdown, and Baylor now up here. Second half is underway, and it's going to be 3rd down and 12 as Baylor. Now it's going to be rolling out Beckett. Flag on the play. Beckett is running around, breaking a sack, throwing across his body, and that's an interception. And for all the good Beckett gives us, he gives us one of the worst plays you can have. It's a touchdown pick 6 for Colorado State, and the flag isn't going to help us. It's a holding. And we've had a lot of good from Beckett, but those are the plays that a true freshman will make, and hopefully by the time he's, even just a sophomore, he won't be making plays like that, but he tries to do a little too much at times, a little bit of hero ball, and you can't be doing stuff like that, especially when there's a flag on the play. But Tavoris Jones, we need a little bit more of that, a little check down, little dink and dunk action, as it's going to be a handoff. There's Richard Reese, and he finds a lane, and Richard Reese, he's inside the 10, stiff arming, and inside the 5-yard line, goal to go, heavy package, and this time we're not going to run the football, and Colorado State wasn't expecting that. Every time Baylor goes to that heavy package, it's usually a quarterback power. We drop to throw, and Michael Trigg has the touchdown, and it's going to be up for Baylor 24-17, and the defense gets a stop here. Nicolosi has done a whole lot of nothing through the air, and Baylor's defense has played spectacular so far. And throwing now, and that's going to be a catch. Little behind him, but Tyree Dobbins makes the adjustment, and Dobbins is doing his thing right now. And aside from that one really bad interception, we've had a pretty good game. And when you're throwing lasers like that, how do you even stop it? You're going to see a snapshot right here of when he threw this football. 3 defenders in the area, and he fit that in there and gave Trigg an opportunity to make a diving catch. That is special arm talent right there. A sack on 3rd down. Baylor takes over, and they are controlling this game very well. Just a couple of spotty turnovers, and that's another turnover on cue. Beckett thought he could get it over the linebacker. He couldn't. Got to throw that ball a little higher, and that's another one of those plays where you'll figure that out eventually. And Baylor on defense breaking that one up. 3rd down and 10. 4th quarter is underway, and Nicolosi dropping to throw over the middle, and that's going to be broken up in between 2 defenders, and they are going to take the field goal. I mean, you can't blame them with how bad the offense has played for them, but you are still down by 2 scores, and maybe they're banking on another turnover, but maybe they can get a 3 and out. It's 3rd down and long. He's going to throw it long across the sidelines, and it's going to be incomplete, broken up there. And now good field position for Colorado State. They're going to throw it. It's going to be caught inside the 30-yard line, and now this offense, maybe they can get another field goal at least and make it a 1-score game, but they got Dupree on the edge, and there goes Dupree for the touchdown. Colorado State has it 1-score game going for 2, and Nicolosi gets sacked, and it's picked up, and Baylor, the big man, is rumbling. Can he take it back the other way? He's not a very fast player, but he is trying. He gets brought down, but he flips it back, and he just knew that it was going to be no harm, but maybe tried to pull something off. That's a little fun play right there. Flag on the play, though. This one not as fun for the Baylor offense and for the Baylor team as a whole. Holding is going to set them back behind the sticks. It's 1st down and 20, and in this situation, you just got to try to not press, not try to force anything, and that's exactly what Beckett does. He forces one, and it's going to be his 3rd interception, and these are the things you got to clean up as a true freshman. You can't force it. He's been forcing it a lot this game. I think he's trying to play like he did against Tennessee, and that's just a very bad play right there. The receiver was not ready for the football. 4th down, though. Baylor's defense has an opportunity to get a stop, and Nicolosi goes down, and the Baylor defense bails Beckett out. And now Beckett got to hold on to the football here, got to be smart, throwing one up, and look at Tyree Dobbins mossing a guy, and Dobbins down at midfield, and man, Tyree Dobbins is playing spectacular spectacular as he throws it outside, going for Dobbins again. This one a little bit more difficult, 4th down. Baylor's defense now just one stop away from ending this game. Nicolosi got to check it down underneath, and the defender gets turned around. Out of bounds he goes, and hurrying back to the line, past the 40-yard line. 3rd down and 2. Nicolosi is going to go underneath. He's got it, caught, 1st down, past midfield. They need a touchdown. That 2-point conversion really cost them. And Nicolosi, it is! He's trying to throw it. It's going to be a sack. And Baylor's defense now 2nd down and 15. Nicolosi outside. That's going to be caught. Dickerson stops him. And now hurrying back to the line once again. Under a minute to play. 3rd down and 2. Nicolosi to throw it. Clean pocket. And it's going to be too low, though. And the pressure just, there was none there. He just couldn't make the pass. And now handing it off on 4th down. And Baylor stops him. And that's going to be game. Josh Beckett definitely didn't play his best, and he really tried to force a couple of passes that he shouldn't be. The only one I can really even excuse was the one where he tried to get it over the linebacker's head. Linebacker just reached up and grabbed it. But the other 2 picks, inexcusable. Those are things you got to clean up, and if it wasn't for the fact that this defense played a spectacular game, I mean, just about 100 passing yards allowed, I mean, we really could have lost this game, even though we clearly were the better team today. So this is going to be one of those things that just needs to be fixed. I mean, he is a true freshman. I can at least say when it came to Daquan Finn being like a 5th-year senior, throwing a bunch of interceptions, it was inexcusable, but at least I can say for a true freshman guy, those are things that are just going to get fixed over time. But you see the arm talent, you see the accuracy at times, you see some of the big plays. But don't tune out quite yet. We got some big-time recruiting news. 4-star running back Brian Augustine has committed. 4-star wide receiver Javante Cornelius and 4-star wide receiver J.D. Gibbs are joining Baylor next season, and this is going to be really exciting. Say hello to potentially your future slot receiver, 5'7", 172. Obviously not the prototypical outside #1 receiver, but he's fairly agile, fairly speedy, got some nice attributes to him. I think as a catch and run threat in the slot, working those intermediate short routes, he could be a really fun player for us and a nice security blanket weapon to have. And next up, we got Brian Augustine. How about a very nice 6 foot, 180-pound running back who's got a well-balanced bit of skills, can spin, can juke, can hold on to the football, has some decent speed, can do a little bit of everything, kind of a back that you could really rely on to be, at the very least, a 2-down, but maybe even a 3-down back, depending on how good of a receiver he is, so we're happy to have him. And then this absolute monster, J.D. Gibbs. Take what I said about Tyree Dobbins last year, and arguably you can crank it up another notch. He is 6'2", 200 plus pounds, can jump, can run, he can make spectacular grabs. He is going to be a special player, and we could be looking at a very, very nice receiving core. Also, we offered a scholarship to a kicker, and we got a kicker on board, so that's going to be a fun thing to have for the future as well. But as you can see, Josh Beckett on the season so far, I know the picks are a lot, and we said at the start, we're going to be fine with however many picks he throws. We're going to let him go out there and be himself and be doing what he wants to do. He's ran for 7 touchdowns already, has 6 through the air, so spectacular start for him. And let me know what you think of this team so far, what you thought of the Tennessee game especially. I thought that was a fun one, of course, and what you thinking of the future of this team, the future recruits that we already have on board now, and some of the transfer players that have come in. All support is much appreciated. If you all enjoyed, please give a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, as it really helps out for the series that I love to put out for you guys, and I will see you all in the next one.